this is Connie from Connie's Crafty Designs. How's everyone doing today? Here in Jay, Florida, it is cold, and probably our cold is in the 50s. It might be a little lower. In fact, I think tonight it's supposed to get in the 30s, so that will be cold for us. I'm going to show you how to make a bow using the Easy Bow Maker, and this is the Easy Bow Maker. You have a ruler on it to help you guide. You have 8 inches on this side and 8 inches on this side. So I'm going to put this down so that you can see my screen, and there you go. So I'm going to start with this one. We'll just do, I'm getting this little thing to set my ribbon on. It helps a lot. So your ribbon doesn't, I'm going to set these over here now that we have that. Okay, so you can, there's my little holder for that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the edges. I want to try to do this so that I can take my voice off and people will be able to see how to do it. So I'm cutting the edges from this edge to that edge. So it gives it a nice tail. So we are going to do 6 inches. So I'm going to put it on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. That's what we're going to do to start off. And I'm going to give it about 8 inches for the tail. See, 8 inches for the tail. Just put that in there. I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to twist this over. So you twist it over so that you can get the right side is going to be on the outside, so that when you turn it over, you'll be able to see the right side. So I'm holding my fingers right here on the 6 inches, and I'm going to hold it there, and I'm going to put this in. Not real tight, I mean, however you want to do it, but I do it where it just has like a little nice loop. See there? And then I'm going to turn this over. Now I'm going to go to the 6 and put that down in there. I'm going to switch hands here. That goes to the 6. And we're going to do another one. Ribbon. I think I'll just let that be it. So so that's 2 loops on each side at 6 inches. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to measure it with this right here so that it's the same length. Oops. Then I'm going to do the tail the same way as I did the other one. Okay, and I'm going to just bring my tails down. This is going to be for a wreath, and I just want the tails down on it. And so I'm going to pull 1 loop up and 1 loop down, and 1 loop up and 1 loop down, like that. Oh, isn't that pretty ribbon? It's canvas, so it really, it's really nice. It works very well. I got this at Craft Outlet. It's been a little while, so I don't even know if they have any more, but so I got that at Craft Outlet. So we'll go to the next one, and the next one we'll just put 1 loop that will divide, so you'll be able to see 2 and then 1 in the center. And we're going to use another canvas ribbon, but it's going to be 1.5 inches. Isn't that pretty too? So I'm going to set that down on my other thing. I'm going to take the edges and cut them like we did the others. I'm going to go up a little bit because there's wire there, so I'm going to cut it like this so that I make sure I don't get that wire on my floor. My dogs get it. Okay, so we've got the tail there, and we're going to make it the same as these down here, which is 8 inches. So make sure that stays like that. Isn't this nice and pretty and colorful for Easter? I have got to get started on my Easter wreath. Now I'm going to make this 6 inches, the same as we made the others. So I'm going to hold my finger there so that it's 6 inches. Finger there. And I'm going to twist it. So you're putting the right side on the bottom. I'm going to make one more at the same length. So I'm holding it at the 5 mark, but I'm also holding the other one in my finger so that I kind of have a guide that these two feel about the same in puffiness and the size. So I twist and bring that to 5 inches. This one's on curl a little bit. So we bring that one to 5 inches, which is right there. Oh, that's 5 inches. And I'm gonna make this tail down here. Okay, so we've got two of those, one of these. So I'm going to bring this one down. Let's see. So that way you see this one. You'll see this one in the center, and then these two on the sides. And you know, you can range them around once you get things fixed. Let's see. I'm going to put these just like that. So I'm doing 2 of that, which is the 2.5. Now I'm going to go back to a 1.5 inch. Let's see, and it's cute. It's got little rabbits on it. Now this is polyester or satin. It still has the wire on it, so it'll flip up real nice. We can make little curls with it. So that's little rabbits on it. Now, as you can see, the rabbits are on one direction. So if we use this right here, we're gonna make them one side go upside down. So I'm gonna show you how to make a bow by hand, and we'll attach it right here on the top. That way we can make it to where you see the rabbits on the right side on both sides of your bow. Hopefully I won't mess up. I haven't done this too often. So we're going to make these tails a little bit longer because we want to curl these up on the edges. So I'm going to make these. Let's see, I'm using this diagram right here. That's 8 inches. Let me use my measuring. I'm going to make these 10 inches. No, I'm going to make these. I want to make sure. Bring that up, and we're going to fold it under and just push it in. So try to make sure they're even. Just push that in again to your thumb and your forefingers. It's no certain direction in here. You just push it in there so that you see that you have your loops. So we have 2 loops on each side that are about 4.5 inches. So I'm going to squeeze that right there in the center, and I'm going to bring that over, and I'm going to put that in my Easy Bow Maker and bring this tail down. Let's see here. So I'm going to bring that there, this one here, that there, and this one down here. Let's see. And you can adjust them a little, because I can see that maybe this one right here that has this tail is a little bit longer. So I'm going to just pull it. Well, I don't know. Let's see. There we go. They're about right. So I'm going to push that down real hard, and I'm going to bring this over. Should have had it in the rolling thing there. So, well, okay. Let me see here. The tail, let's come out this way. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm bringing the tail right down this way, and we're going to make it the same length as this one right next to it. And I'm going to fix the edges. No, bub. Go lay down. My dog's wanting to go outside. He's been coming to me, going to the door, coming to me, going to the door. Okay, so we got 2 of the ribbons down this way. Now, since I just made 2, I'm going to go ahead and use another another ribbon. I'm going to use this one with the eggs. It's got the pink background. And we're just going to make one loop in the to finish it off. All right, so this is another canvas. It's 1.5 inches. It's really pretty too. It's got Easter eggs on it. Y'all back ready for Easter? I am not actually. I am not. I need to get more wreaths done. Okay, so I'm going to make that tail 8 inches. That's what we've been doing. And now on this one, I'm gonna just measure by this, but I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna just kind of gauge it, and I'm gonna come in about 1/2 inch from that loop. So that will be. Put this on that. That'll be right there. So I've twisted it, fold it over, bring it down a little bit. Let's see. So that's a little more. I'm gonna come out with it just a little. Then I'm gonna twist. Twist it. Pull his tail back down. You know what? That tail is a little bit. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna redo this one because the tail got pulled somehow. Okay, so I need to put the tail right there. I'm gonna just go ahead and twist this and put it in. There we go. And now I'm gonna measure this one about 4 inches. I'm gonna hold it up next to this one, about right there. So you can see that I did about 1/2 inch in. I'm just gonna gauge it with my eyes. Now I'm gonna twist this so that you're putting the right side of your ribbon down so that when you turn it over, you will see it. It'll be nice and pretty. So I'm going in about 1/2 inch again. And that's going to be it. You don't have to twist it since you're bringing it down, but I want to look at my ribbon and make sure that I think that it's even. And I think this one's a little short, so I'm going to pull that out just a hair. And sometimes you can get a better feel for it than you can seeing it, and you can tell if they're about the same, and it looks about the same. One more minute. Or one more second. Let me try it again because I pulled it up. Yeah, that's good for me. So we're gonna arrange our ribbons where we want them. We mostly have it. So here on the bottom, you start with the bottom, and you've got 2. I gotta set it back down. So you have 2 with the rabbits. I'm gonna bring all our tails and get them down here, just out of the way, kind of. Okay, so you got the 2 rabbits. You just make sure they're where you want them. You can put the loops up, and then the yellow one. Then you come over here. We kind of put them where we wanted them. And so you just spread them apart so that they offset each other from the 3 and the 2, and then this one. So you can see them all. I'm pushing that down. Now I'm going to grab a zip tie. A zip tie works better. Maybe I can get it in that one. And then you need to have some wire. Let's see. I'm just using the silver wire for this. Let's see, that one's not open. All right, sorry about that. So I'm going to get my, that one in there either. Okay, I'm going to get my wire ready. And you want enough that you can put it through a wreath without too much trouble. So let's see. I'm going to make this make it about 26 inches, your wire. And let's see, where are my wire cutters? Boy, you can tell I haven't been in here in a little while. I just had them. Well, let me get it out of old pair. I'm so sorry. All right, so I made the wire. If you can see it, it's just a little cheap wire, Walmart, wherever. It's 26 gauge, so it's not real strong, but I've got that ready. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner with the little thingy on the bottom, and I'm going to put this underneath all my loops. You just kind of look and make sure they're under all your loops, and your ties for that, your ribbon for that side. You come through to the other side. Now I kind of crisscross mine here so it holds it better. Okay, so that through. You pull it a little bit. You don't pull it a whole lot at first. Uh-oh, I went too far because you want to, I went too far now. You want to push down so that this is going to go on the center. I might have to cut that because it went down really far, and I don't know. Let me see if I think that it's going to actually go in there like that. It might not. So you want to put your zip tie on the center mark. And we may have too much ribbon for what I didn't realize I was pulling it that tight. And before it gets really tight, I'm going to take this wire, and at the bottom I'm going to put it through. That way, that's what you will use to put on your wreath. Put it through the zip tie. Make sure it goes through, because if it don't and you forget, then you got to undo it, which I've done. I'm sure everybody's that's done this for a while. They've done that too. You learn from making mistakes. So I'm going to try it with this zip tie. I'm going to stand up so I can give it more pressure. So you've got the center, and I'm going to push that down and try to get the zip tie as close as I can. And then as I take it off, I always still push because it's so, there it goes. It's so easy. Then you pull your zip tie kind of around to the back. But I still don't want to take it off until I make sure I didn't mess up my ribbons. Well, we can take it off a little bit, and so I'm going to pull it a little bit more because I don't want my line, this line that we've created, we don't want it to fall over. I'm going to put it back down a little bit so that I can make sure I haven't messed it up, which I do that a lot easy. So I'm going back and I'm straightening my ribbons. I'm holding my finger on the middle so we can't mess it up right now. I'm going to just pull these around, because once you tighten that zip tie, if you tighten it, you're not going to be able to move these where you want them. So you kind of do it lightly at first, kind of get them where you want them, and then we'll tighten it on up and take them out. So then that's two there. I love these. I love Easter colors. Yeah, they're so pretty, vibrant, pretty. They'll go with my wreaths that I'm going to be making here shortly. All right, so I'm going to get the back of my zip tie, wherever I put it there, making sure my wire is still in there. And I'm going to start pulling a little more as I take it out. Get my hands in here. So you can pull it as it takes it. But now see how this started falling over right here? So I'm going to pull this back over here like that. It's underneath it. It has done that a lot on me. I don't, you know, I just have to keep practicing. And then I pulled that one a little bit. So there we go. Those are still tight. So I'm going to tighten it a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take it out. So you see that line right here? You want that line that we've created to stay still, to stay in place. Make sure my wire's there. So I'm going to hold that. I'm going to pull the zip tie down here again, and I'm going to start pulling it tighter. And now I'm going to, there's the front actually. Now it's a little bit tighter, but it's not totally tight. So I'm going to straighten these out again and make sure it's where I want them. To this rabbit and the Easter eggs. Very colorful, isn't it? Y'all like, what's your favorite season? Mine is Easter, I think. I say that about every season when I start making it, because I just love all the colors, especially the flowers when I get to the flowers. Okay, so that's about where we want it. I'm going to just make it tighter and tighter, and as tight as you can make it. And then you take your clippers, here they are, and you cut your zip tie right down there. There we go. All right, so now we're going to cover up our zip tie But there it is. We're going to curl these up. See, polyester, now that is one thing about the polyester. They really do curl. But I'm going to set this down. If you take these and you curl them under like this, and then you just keep curling, then it'll make a little curly cue. It'll fall out some so it's down, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could just take them and hold your thumb underneath. See how they start to really curl? Now I'll flip those under too, but not like this I'm going to do. It's kind of cute to have these little curly cues coming out. It just gives it a little extra design there. Okay, so we've done with that part. Now you see how the zip tie is kind of showing there? So I'm going to take a piece of this rabbit. Actually, yeah, I guess I'll take that. Trying to see. What's that other 2-inch? I think I'll take the Easter egg one, because that one we won't be able to see a whole bunny, but we might be able to see the whole Easter egg. So I'm going to take just enough that you think you can tie a knot with it. We're going to put this around the zip tie. We're going to kind of fold it in half. I might have cut it too short, so you kind of divide it where it is, and you put your piece of fabric. You can use any kind of fabric you want, really. Let me make sure I got all the. Now that needs to go over there. Okay. I never did cut that. I see it now. Never even cut that off. Hope I got it right. There we go. Okay. So, oh, and I let the other one, where did it? I had it fall. Okay, so we're going to fold this in half. We're going to put that over the zip tie, making sure all the ribbons are on the right side over there. And we're going to put it towards the back. We're going to just tie it back here, and then we're going to cut it. So I'm just going to tie this in a knot, trying not to let it get messed up. Tie that in a knot, and just tie it tight. So this will help cover that zip tie, and it will make sure that if you put this on somebody's door like it is or something, you don't scar their door or scratch their door. So I'm tying that again real tight. And since this has wire on it, it's going to stay pretty good. Or it should. Sometimes you might, in fact, I see my pliers now on this other table. I'm just going to get those in. Sometimes you can pull tighter if you have something like this. I'm going to put these on the other side of this. And I'm going to pull just as hard as I can there. Yeah, that knot's not coming out. So I can take my scissors and cut it right up to the edge. And so there in the center, it will separate, the center, and you have it. So there we go. And then you just keep, actually, if you're gonna, you might want to tie this wire in a little knot, because otherwise it's just going to flip around. Not really in a knot, just tie it through, and that way it's going to stay in place. In fact, if you're going to wait a while, what I do with mine, I just take, because I don't want it poking me, I just take it and put it in a little circle, fold it up until I get to my wreath. And then you just start curling your bows up, your tails up rather. And there you have a bow for your Easter. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day and have a happy Easter. Bye.